Hey everybody, as most of you already know, we will be going to Greenland in August 2022, about the 6th to the 20th. Now I'm not going to get into the geology here, but I am going to take you on a brief tour in order from where we plan on going. There's the airport. That's where we're going to land. There's the hotel. Now, the plan from there is basically just to get on a boat and go across to this area here. Now, we will be studying some geology on the way, and I'll talk a little bit about it, but not too much. But as you can see here, here's Leif Erikson Monument up there. And, you know, that's historical. We won't cover that. But just let them know that he was there or around there. From there, we're going to hike to this area here. Now, there's not going to be a lot of geology I want to do here. Most of the stuff here is not what I'm focused on. I'm going to be focused on, something similar to the Mid-Continent Rift and around the same age in the Lake Superior region. But from there, we're going to hike to here I'm just zooming in on places showing buildings. It doesn't mean that's where we're staying or anything like that. From there, now, as we go, we're going to start to get into the rift sediments. Now, like the Mid-Continent Rift in North America, the Mesoproterozoic one, this is also Mesoproterozoic, it's a little older, there's interbedded sandstones and lavas, which we've had problems dating. Well, we're going to walk over those, take some samples, not too many, and this is where we'll stay here once I'm done with that. And I believe that's about the 10th and 11th. So a few days later. These distances aren't as long as they look, believe me. I think our longest hike totals about 10 miles, something like that. But from there, we're going to walk from there. I'm going to stop to our first campsite. We're going to go all the way, walk over all this terrain, avoiding the lakes. And since we'll be going in August, we won't have much snow and ice to worry about. And the terrain is huge. This segment right here is going to have the most topographical change for us, and it's almost all uphill. So, yeah. But anyway, here's our first campsite. And let me get rid of that winter ice for you here. Let's switch it out, go to a different time. So there we go. Okay, so from here, there's one or two things we can do. I'm opting, I think, to walk to campsite 2. But one thing we could do is we could walk here. And we may actually stop here when we get back on a boat. I don't really know. The itinerary isn't clear on that. And it uses slightly different names than appear on Google Earth. It took me a while to track this stuff down. So anyway, from campsite 1, we could walk over the actual volcanics of this Mid-Continent Rift. So we'll be getting off the sediments, going over the volcanics, and some of actual plutons that'll be bearing voids, like the Coldwell Complex off the northeast shore of Lake Superior. So some of this stuff should fluoresce orange if it has some sodalite in it. So we plan on just walking this way. Actually, this topographic difference isn't that much here, and where we do hit it, we are going downhill at this point. So the uphill stuff is mostly done, and then we're going to get to this area right here, which is where we're going to camp a little bit. There you go, zoom in, and then we're going to start walking the rest of the way over the remaining volcanics and plutonic rocks of the area, avoiding the snow and ice. There's a big valley washout here. Well, it's actually a cirque, but talk for another time. We're going to walk on the edge of the cirque, if you will, and we're going to, so it's not a washout, it's a glacial feature, and we're going to come back up and around, and we're going to go down a U-shaped valley here. This also recently held a glacier, probably within the past 2,000 to 3,000 years, maybe even 1,000 years. Anyways, it's gone now, unfortunately, but it's a nice, easy hiking trail. Here you can see the valley and the road through it, and the trail we will be walking down to come back to the biggest city in the area down here. As we keep going, passing the lakes and probably getting bit up by mosquitoes, and hitting the most populated town in the area here. Now from there, we'll get on a boat, spend some time there. There's really no rocks I want to look at there. And then we'll start going this way, up Eriksfjord. And this fjord is the name of the formation that holds the interbedded sandstone and lavas of the Eriksfjord group. So we go to this fjord, go along. I think it's about a 45-minute ride. It said our first boat ride would only be 10 minutes, on our first day. But we're going to pass that. So I don't know what we're exactly doing exactly. It doesn't mention that by name, but like I said, some stuff isn't named the way it is in other places. So we're going to park here. I think this is where we get off the boat. And we're going to hike it east. And I'm going to look at there's some more Eriksfjord formation here, some Archean too, but mostly that. But we're going to get to this town here, and this, I think, is what Sarah really wants to see. There used to be a Catholic, diocese in the area. There's actually church ruins, which we're going to look at. I think it got abandoned, or maybe 16th century, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Please look it up. Don't take my word for that. But that'll commence our trip. And then from there, we're going to go back to Narsaq and probably get on a plane, and we're going to fly. My favorite thing in the world, flying, not really, over Greenland and go to Iceland. And we'll actually be going to Greenland from Iceland on the way, but we're not staying there in the beginning that much. But on the way back, we're going to stay a couple of days, I think, and we'll look at some stuff. But anyway, that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.